on Chapter 5 of the Magic School Bus. It's called An Invasive Teacher. Luckily, an airport inspector noticed the moth eggs too. Miss Frizzle zapped the kids back to normal size as the inspector questioned the tourist. Arnold was happy to be regular sized again, but he was still very unhappy about their new teacher. "Ralphie," he whispered, "are you thinking what I'm thinking?" "I think so," Ralphie said, "but how would we get pizza delivery here?" So him and Ralphie clearly weren't thinking the same thing. "No," Arnold groaned. "I'm thinking the new Miss Frizzle keeps talking about invasive species because she is one." "Relax, buddy," Ralphie said. "She's got a sense of humor. I can work with that." "Don't you get it?" Arnold asked, frustrated. "It's part of her plot. Our classroom is a perfectly balanced ecosystem, like these islands. We need to protect it." Here's a picture of Ralphie and Arnold talking, and here's a picture of Ralphie and Arnold talking in front of a couple of the other students about the new Miss Frizzle being an invasive teacher. Wanda overheard the last part of their conversation. "Arnold, what are you doing?" she asked. "Just protecting our ecosystem from an invasive teacher. That's all," he shouted dramatically. Then he stormed off, feeling misunderstood. Why couldn't his friends see what was going on? Arnold noticed that the others were busy listening to Galapagos Gil, so he snuck back to the bus and grabbed his backpack, which contained Miss Frizzle's potted plant. He carried it back outside and placed it on a giant rock. "There," he said happily, "this plant definitely does not belong in our classroom ecosystem." As if in response, the plant suddenly started walking. "Hey," Arnold said, realizing he had placed the plant on the back of a giant tortoise. "Actually, it looks good on you. It matches your shell." Arnold quickly hurried back to the bus. He didn't see the plant slip off the tortoise's back and fall to the ground, shattering the clay pot. This is Arnold looking for the plant in his backpack, and this is the pot falling off the turtle's back and shattering. Oh, it was a tortoise, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, the other kids were already back in their seats on the bus. "All aboard, class," Miss Frizzle said as Arnold climbed up the steps. Then she pressed a few buttons on the dashboard. "Bus, undo your stuff." The bus whirled and twirled and magically transported the class back to Walkerville Elementary School. Transported means to move from one place to another. Meanwhile, Miss Frizzle's magical, crazy-growing, must-stay-in-a-pot frizzleum vine was busy growing in a really crazy way. Okay, back on the Galapagos Island, the plant is growing into craziness. It looks really big, and the vines are all over the place. Okay, and that's it for Chapter 5. We'll do Chapter 6 another time. Make sure you're doing your assignments. I miss you all. Bye-bye.